Also, by the way, this is a public service announcement since I know for a fact this is going up on Sunday. I just need to get this out there in case you don't already know. Kanye West is going to be on Family Feud. Mad hype. Yo, what is poppin', guys? It is your boy Ashley, and today I am bringing you our IBL Week 5 match versus Davion, coach of the Las Vegas Galladers. I'm pretty certain. I'm fairly certain. 99% sure. And as you can see, this battle happened on the 16th, which was almost 10 days ago. So you can see how far in advance we're all actually playing these games. I never thought about that. Anyway, I'm super excited to play Davion. I know he's a great battler. I am in the IBA with him, as well as now he just recently joined the NPL with me, so that is really cool. Which, by the way, I've decided I will be doing NPL the movie. Then there's no need in uploading every week. The prep is really interesting. I've made a ton of changes with the team, like a ton of changes with the team. But I mean, as many as I could, basically. Like I've torn that team apart, just trying to find fun Pokemon to use and trying to get some wins. You know how it goes. But I'm gonna upload that in the movie form, so don't be. I know I uploaded the draft analysis for that, so don't worry. It's coming. It is coming. But right now we are talking about the IBL, which we are facing NoivernNation. I am 0-4. I cannot remember what he is, but I know he has a positive record at least. I mean, as I said, he is a great battler. So definitely a little bit worried about this game. Very worried about sticky webs in general. My team doesn't really have that great of speed tiers. As everyone knows, Mega Gallade, I mean, that's pretty much the main downside of my team is that Mega Gallade is the fastest Pokemon I have at base 115 or 110, whatever it is, and I cannot scarf it because it is my Mega. So there's a very small ceiling for speed that my team hits anyway. And throwing sticky webs in that mix is just going to guarantee that Cobalion, Primarina, Infernape, and Mega Absol pretty much outspeed and demolish my entire team. So basically what I have to do is I have to get this Rotom in on the Primarina and defog the webs away. I don't care if it 2-hit KOs me. I can't remember what the calcs were. My goal was to get this, was to kill the Galvantula and get Rotom in on a Primarina so that I could defog. So how I decided to do that was I went, shout out to my friend MattOshea. I remember specifically he blessed me with this set. This is a Goodra set. It's got the Habomberry with Hydration, Thunder, Dragon Pulse, Rain Dance, and Rest. So I really like this set because it hits everything on his team so hard. Dragon Pulse is going to be able to really shred through a lot of these Pokemon. Because it is stab and we are running max special attack, but being able to throw Thunder in the mix is also going to be able to hit the only thing that switches in on a Dragon Pulse, which is Primarina. So I figure I lead off the Goodra, which by the way does 83% to a Galvantula with Dragon Pulse. Fire off a Dragon Pulse as he fires off the webs, fire off another Dragon Pulse, and either A, kill the Galvantula outright, or B, switch, get him to switch in the Primarina so that I could immediately get the Rotom in and defog and start applying pressure offensively. That was pretty much my main game plan. So that was the main reasoning behind bringing Goodra and Comfy. But Goodra has a lot of utility outside of that. I don't mind it if it gets paralyzed by Galvantula's Thunder because I can just use a Rain Dance or get a Rain Dance up and shed that away. And I think it just the longevity of this set is really nice, and the Habomberry helps it take, which this is ridiculous. He didn't even bring his Garchomp. I prepped so hard for his stupid Garchomp, and he didn't even bring it. So, and the funny thing is I'll try and point this out later when I get to it, but I was so scared of his Garchomp that he didn't bring it. And I didn't even think about it, and still throughout the game calced for his Garchomp and made predictions based on his Garchomp were there, because I'm just that good of a battler. I'm prepping for Pokemon he doesn't have, because hackers do exist, shouts to Burles, and I honestly don't know, guys. I was really shook. I'm still getting used to playing Wi-Fi, and I'm definitely intimidated by my boy Davion, especially because Aaron, who usually helps me build my teams, did not help me this week, because whenever I play people that he's also really good friends with, he just steps back and doesn't help either of us prep, which I think is very fair, and I definitely really respect it, and I'm super happy that he does that in one sense, because A, it allows me to help build in different styles and get different people to build with me, but B, I don't want to feel like I'm being snaked just as much as I don't want to snake anybody else. So I just really appreciate that from him. Anyway, enough about jerking off Aaron. Let's go back to the prep. I really like this Goodra set. It's plain and simple. And that's not even Aaron's set. As I said, he didn't help. MattOshea was huge in helping this week, as well as the usual suspects like Eric and Vivid, and Nova may have popped in once or twice to say hey, can't remember. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and talk about our Slowking next. This is Life Orb Regenerator with Trick Room, Psyshock, Scald, and Ice Beam. So Psyshock, Scald, and Ice Beam don't do a ton for me. Psyshock doesn't really do much. I mean, it hits Infernape, but so does Scald. I cannot remember why I brought the Psyshock. I think he had another mon that was very intimidating, but if anything, it's a bit of a liability. Bringing Psyshock, because that Absol coming in for free and being able to Sucker Punch even under Trick Room is just no bueno. So hoping this Slowking set can put in work, though. I almost always bring it defensively, so I'm trying to catch him off guard by bringing it offensively. So being able to set up a Trick Room late game when everything is chipped absolutely could win me the game, and Slowking is bulky enough in its own right for me to just play the switch game and fire off attacks on the switch. So that is, I think I can bluff a Trick Room set very nicely, and maybe if we can get the Mega Absol out of the way, sweep with this late game. And the way that I would get that Absol out of the way is probably this Comp V. I am rocking Draining Kiss with Synthesis, Calm Mind, and Leech Seed. So this set puts in a ton of work against his team. I mean, a ton of work, especially if he brought that Garchomp, which unfortunately he doesn't. But if I can start setting up Calm Minds, and to remember, he has the ability Triage, which means that I can use Synthesis and it will go first regardless. So it's very easy to Synthesis stall something that's going to be lowering its attack when it attacks. Like, I don't know, I don't have an example for that, but essentially my goal with this Comfy is to get to +2 or +3 while chipping his team and try to take him out, honestly. Like, that's the, I mean, that sounds so stupid to say, but at +2 or 3, preferably +3, that's what I would really like to be at, to comfortably 2-hit KO things like Primarina. Actually, Primarina I don't think is even close to 2-hit KO'd at 2, with 2 Calm Minds up or 3 Calm Minds up. I think it takes 4 or 5 to even get close to 2-hitting Primarina. It's very, very bulky, and if he's rocking the Assault Vest on it, that could definitely be an issue. But everything else on his team that he brought can get 2-hit KO'd at 2 or 3 Calm Minds, just depending on damage and rolls and such. So that was definitely my main win con this week. However, do not get it twisted. We also brought our Mega Gallade with Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, Knockoff, and Swords Dance. So yeah, he does have a lot on his team that can outspeed me, which is unfortunate, but he did also have some slower options that he did not bring. So had he brought those slower options, this Swords Dance, T-Punch, Ice Punch, Knockoff, Mega Gallade can really put in a lot of work. This is another set blessed upon me by my man MattOshea. He ran the calcs. We don't need Psychic or Fighting Stab in this match, he says. And you know what? I believe him. I trust him. We're running Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, Knockoff. And who knows, maybe we could become some Hex Lords and get some lucky freezes on some very scary Pokemon like that Cobalion. Anyway, next up, we have Rotom Cut. Rotom in the Cut. This is Leftovers, Defog, Will-O-Wisp, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt. So, yeah, I was a little uncomfortable not bringing anything to hit the Garchomp with, since this would be my main Garchomp switch-in. But I figured I really like Will-O-Wisp. I really like Will-O-Wisp a lot, so that I can damage things like that. That gosh darn Garchomp. I can burn the Cobalion. Let's see. I mean, I could burn a lot of things. I could burn that Absol before it Mega Evolves, like if he tries to be cheeky on a switch or something like that. Like if he predicts a Volt Switch and thinks he'll be able to live it. I don't know, man. I'm just spitballing here. The Will-O-Wisp I really liked, and Primarina does not like taking T-Bolts, even if it's Assault Vest, and it doesn't really do a whole hell of a lot back to a Rotom Cut. I can't remember my defensive investments. I don't have them written down here, but I do remember that I was leftovers. Finally, we have Crocodile with the Choice Scarf. Now, this Pokemon is very, very fearsome. I like Scarf Crocodile a lot, and I'm super excited to be able to bring it finally. It hasn't really had the best matchup in the later games, but this game, I think, in particular, it has a fantastic matchup. EQ hits everything, pretty much. I mean, it doesn't hit the Primarina. It still does a lot to the Primarina. Don't get me wrong. It still does a ton to the Primarina. But, you know. Sorry. We've got other options. Actually, we really don't. EQ is our best option to hit the Primarina, which does kind of suck, but it can't take two. I'm fairly certain. We are adamant. Just because we are the Choice Scarf doesn't mean that we're not packing a lot of power. And with a Moxie boost up, like, yeah, he may go into it, but if there's, for some reason, he decides to sack something and give us the Moxie boost, then we easily 2-hit KO it. If not, just outright kill it based on how much damage it's already taken. We also have a couple other options here, though. We have the Pursuit to try and catch something like the Mesprit. Getting rid of that thing will be fantastic for my Mega Gallade, because after that, there's not really a whole lot. I mean, if that Mega Absol gets its, if it gets a Swords Dance up and a Sucker Punch, or depending on his speed, he may even be running a slow Absol. I'm running a very, very fast Gallade. In my opinion, unless I have prior chip damage on me and he knows that a Sucker Punch is going to take me out for sure, he may not want to risk the Gallade. The Absol. He'd rather go into something like Mesprit or Primarina. But if I can get rid of the Mesprit and the Primarina, then this I'm retarded. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I'm dumb. Sorry. I made Garchomp. I'm dumb. Anyway, we could just straight EQ, because Absol's not going to take it, Cobalion's not going to take it well, Infernape's not going to take it, and Galvantula will definitely be chipped because he's probably going to take turn 1 to set up webs, because then we have our Goodra. So I have been talking a lot about the prep for this game, but I really, really liked how the prep turned out. This was one of the most comfortable I felt going into the games, and I think a large portion of that is due to our new additions in Rotom Cut and the Comfy. So anyway, things I'm scared of, very scared of this Mega Gallade, obviously, because if it's running something like Poison Jab, Super Power, and Dark Stab, or I don't know, even Play Rough, I don't know, man. I don't want to sit here and spitball Mega Gallade sets because I've never used that Pokemon before, but I imagine there's some set that he could run that would absolutely smack through the team that I brought. Infernape is not as much of an issue, given that we have our Slowking and our Goodra, and most of the time it is going to be choice locked, I feel, in some capacity. Like, I haven't had people not choice lock it against me, just because it either A, can outspeed almost everything on my team by itself because of my team's slow speed tiers, or B, nothing on my team can outspeed it with a Scarf, and it can still go Adamant or Modest depending on what kind of set you want to run. So I just usually see those Scarfed against me, and especially think I could see it against this team. Something like Primarina is a little bit scary if I can't knock it out, but I think my Comfy pretty safely sets up on any given Primarina set, because I have the ability to set up a Calm Mind and Synthesis through a Hydro Pump and just start stacking Calm Minds on it as long as I want. So even if it specs Hyper Pump, it's Hyper Pump. I really am an idiot. Hydro Pump. It's not going to be doing a whole lot to this Comfy set, so I felt comfortable around the Primarina. Definitely scared of the momentum that his Cobalion can get, and I'm not really sure I want to switch in my Volt Switch blocker, since Cobalion does have insane fighting stab, and I don't think he choices Cobalion against me. I don't know, guys. We'll see. We're just going to hop right in the battle. I'm actually going to pause it real quick so that I can fix my in-game music. You'll see me back at the beginning of the battle. Alright, so let's get into the battle. As you suspect, we are challenged by our main man Noivern. We are not the challengers, we are the challengees. And he is going to lead off with Gwen the Galvantula. So we led our Goodra, so I'm very happy with this lead matchup. So we go into our slime season, the Goodra, which I love I love this Pokemon. It is such a cool looking mon. I'm really happy to have it. So he is going to go into the sticky webs. I am just going to do what the goo do, and I am going to fire off a fat Dragon Pulse right here. So as you're going to see, this is going to do a nice chunk of change to this Galvantula, as he is going to reveal the Volt Switch, which is something I did not think of, to be honest. So we are going to see that Snuffy the Primarina is coming out, which is definitely really unfortunate because it is just going to lap up that fat Dragon Pulse, and we obviously don't want to stay in here. A Moonblast, the Specs Moonblast or something like that is going to absolutely shred us. So I am just going to go right into Slowking to pivot, trying to just kind of gauge damage, because I can always switch this thing out and get most of its damage back. It is super specially bulky, so as you can see, that doesn't do a whole lot, and it does lower my special attack. But here, I actually decided to stay in for some reason. I don't remember why, but anyway, he's going to Energy Ball and knock me out. So on the bright side, I know he's not Assault Vest, but on the not so bright side, I did lose a pretty nice in-game win con in my Slowking, but doesn't matter. We get a free switch into CTC here, as he is going to switch out into the Horsepower, which is his Cobalion, and we are going to get to fire off a very, very free Defog, so that is super nice. Definitely needed that Defog, seeing as how the Sticky Webs would be a huge problem for my team, as I've already mentioned. Mega Gallade would not be able to come in right now, for example, and try to scare out this Cobalion. He is going to go for the close combat, lowering his defenses, as I am just going to take this opportunity to Will-O-Wisp and get this thing on a little bit of a timer. I know it doesn't get any recovery, and also just to neuter it a lot. If this thing doesn't have, I mean, he's not running special Cobalion, so the fact that he has some that nerf is really nice. He is packing the Volt Switch as I predict, and he is going to bounce right out into, I don't remember what he went to be honest. I was going to try and guess, but he's going to go out to his Infernape, which is definitely going to scare me out. Thankfully, I just decided to Volt Switch anyway, so we did get the slow Volt Switch off, which is very important, and we are going to knock down this Infernape pretty low, which is super, super nice, and we were able to get in Scarf Crocodile, our boy Aaron2420. He's here and he is now. He has intimidated this Infernape, so if he wants to go for Mach Punch, it's not doing much. I predicted him to switch here, but unfortunately, we are going to knock off, and he is going to reveal that he is a Z-move Infernape. So on the plus side, that means that he's not choiced, but on the negative side, that means that he has an absolute nuke waiting for someone on my team, and I do not want that to be Infernape. Sorry. I do not want that to be my Crocodile. He doesn't have a whole lot on the team with priority except for this and Absol, so I am going to switch in my Gallade here because I know that I take a Flare Blitz or anything of that nature. So I do take it. Not super, super great, but I do know that I outspeed him because he revealed not to be choiced. So I do scare out the Infernape here, and I am able to fire off an attack. I really wanted to go for the knockoff. I mean, really wanted to go for the knockoff here. But unfortunately, I don't think that's the case. It would have been really nice to knock off here in a case, and so we could have ordered his, so that we could have popped his Colbur Berry if he was packing the Colbur Berry. But we do just fire off the Thunder Punch, which sucks because now we are forced to switch out. We're going to go right back into Slime Season because we take everything from this. We are super bulky, even without any special defense. He does miss the Toxic there, which really, really sucks. But as you're going to see, I set up the Rain Dance. I figured this is the perfect time to start staying in and chipping at this Goodra. Trying to lure this Primarina in. And he is going to Toxic again and hit, which is unfortunate for him. Because even though, I mean, he could have gotten off some more damage had he Toxic us on the first turn. But because of the hydration here, we are just going to get here and be able to start spamming attacks. Now, I'm going to hit Thunder here, expecting him to maybe want to switch and save this for later. I figure he's probably got something like Thunder Wave or, you know, anything like that to kind of pressure my team, but he's just going to stay in for the Stealth Rock. So it's really unfortunate that I revealed Thunder here because I think had I hit a Dragon Pulse, he would have gone straight into Primarina, and I could have just taken that thing out. But here, I'm not playing games. I don't want to mess with the roll, so I go with Dragon Pulse, and I still get the roll anyway. So he is going to fire off a Fat Psychic and do a lot of damage. So here, he is going to withdraw and go into his Cobalion, which is not a bad play. It's definitely neutered and resists both of the moves that I've shown so far. I think it resists. Does it? I'm not sure if it resists. I guess we'll see here. No, it does not resist. He does reveal to be leftovers, which sucks because it's going to negate that burn damage. But at least that burn damage is negating the leftovers. So it's kind of a 50-50 win-win-win kind of there. You know what I'm saying? I am going to allow him to close combat me here as I just want to fire off some damage. He does get the crit here, which is super unfortunate because I am forced to rest on this next... no, I'm sorry. I go for the rest here because I figured this was as good a time of any. I had one turn of rain left and I would be able to get rid of this sleep and just start sweeping again or even switch out into something else. But as you're going to see, the rain ends, and because the rain ends, my ability doesn't activate. I thought my ability would activate even though it was the last turn of rain. It does not work that way. I guess I will know that for the future. And for now, I am asleep for 3 turns. He is going to try and take advantage of this opportunity by going out into his Primarina. And I just say, you know what? I'm switching out as well, and I am going straight into my Rotom. I kind of predicted that he might want to go into his Primarina because it was a really safe switch in. It's slower than everything on my team pretty much, so getting it in when he can is a great way to fire off damage, especially if I'm trying to save that Goodra. You know, it could have Rain Dance on other things. I actually thought about bringing Rain Dance on this Rotom, and he is going to switch hard out into his Cobalion and eat the Will-O-Wisp. So that was a nice play on his part. I just Will-O-Wisp kind of hoping that he would go into something else or maybe just start getting residual damage on this Primarina. In reality, I probably should have Volt Switched because I could have done a lot there, but instead I don't. He is going to taunt here, which is fine. I've already revealed my whole moveset, I think. There was really no reason to taunt. I mean, I guess I could get rid of the Stealth Rocks, but in this point in the game, I didn't really see wasting a turn for defogging is necessary. I'd rather start chipping down at his team and getting rid of some of these things. I really want to get rid of this Cobalion because while it's not dealing a whole lot of damage, there's not a whole lot of damage I'm dealing to it either. And Mega Gallade is at a level of health to where I can't exactly just switch it in. So I'm going to take this opportunity just to sack off my Goodra. I really have no desire to keep this thing anymore. I think looking at my team, and the best thing to sit in front of this Cobalion and take hits is this Goodra. He's not going to be gaining any health off of those leftovers, and maybe eventually I'll wake up and he doesn't 3-hit KO me. So he is actually just going to switch out here right back into his Primarina, and that's honestly fine with me. If he takes this out, which he probably will, I'm just going to burn a turn of sleep here, and I decided to stay in and sack off the Goodra. Now, Goodra did put in a lot of work to his team, but in order to get it useful again, I had to wait its 3 sleep turns and then possibly get longer. So really unfortunate that the rain did not work the way that I thought it would, but hey, that's what we know in the future. And in comes Snapchat the Comfy. Now I can very freely set up a Calm Mind here. I have literally no damage on me except for those Stealth Rocks, and he decides to stay in. I actually fire off the Leech Seed instead of firing off the Calm Mind like I initially stated, and I think that's because that's how comfortable I was that I was going to live this attack. I know that it wasn't Choice Spec, so it wasn't doing a lot. As you can see, that does a nice little chunk, but with leftovers and Leech Seed, really not that much at all. So basically, it would have been really unfortunate had he gotten the special attack there drop. Thankfully, special attack drop there. Thankfully, he didn't. We were able to outspeed and hit the Calm Mind, meaning that this next attack we will live very, very easily, as you are going to see that he is just going to fire off another Moonblast. Getting those special attack drops would be really, really huge for him here, because it would mean that it would take longer for this Comfy to set up, and I might run out of things like Synthesis or Draining Kisses or things like that, because as of right now, I can't really do a whole lot to this Primarina, but now I'm at +1, I believe. Yeah, I'm at +1 right now, and he is going to finally switch out and go into this Galvantula. So he is not at a whole lot of health. At +1, I think it might be it's close to a roll to take him out. But as you can see, I'll go for the Calm Mind here, and I am now +2. And as I said in my team builder, there is a chance I can sweep if Comfy gets +2, and I am really liking the odds here because this very easily dies to Draining Kiss. So we're just going to click that right now and take our kill on this Galvantula. That's going to give us not only the health from killing off that Galvantula, but another turn of leftovers recovery as well. So that is super nice because now we're sitting at pretty much full health. I mean, we're 146 or 157, so it doesn't get much better than that. He is going to go into the Mesprit here, which is an interesting choice. I didn't think he had any priority. As you can see, I'm just going to hit the Draining Kiss and knock it out. So at this point, it is all about rolls. I probably could play around. I think he probably went into the Mesprit trying to click something like Memento or maybe Thunder Wave or something like that, just to get me, just to hinder me in some way, or maybe Toxic. I don't know, but he is going to go right out here into the Absol, and at +2, I very easily am going to be able to take this thing out with a Draining Kiss. It does like 117, I think, minimum to a max HP Mega Absol. So I'm just going to hit Draining Kiss here, and we are going to absolutely claim another kill. So I think pretty much as you can see now, the fact that we are just rolling through this team is going to tell you Comfy got a 6-0 this week, and we grabbed our first win in the IBL, which is super, super exciting. I'm really, really, really happy that it came through with Comfy, because this is a mon I really, really like. Snapchat saved my season. Do you see this thing putting in the finest of work? Like, it has killed 4 mons already, and it has 2 left. This Infernape just has not nearly enough health to outstand this Snapchat, and we are going to Yum snatch that up. And basically, even if this Primarina can somehow take down this Comfy, I still have a ton of Pokemon at the back that can take pretty much whatever kind of Primarina set he wants to try and throw at me. So I'm just going to start spamming Draining Kiss and win this game. Anyway, as I said, I'm super excited about how the free agency transactions played out. I love having Comfy on the team. I love having Rotom on the team. They just fit the team so much better. I will never draft Togetic again. You can count on it. It is such a bad Pokemon. I would rather not have a Fairy type than have Togetic on my team. It is a legitimate hindrance. I really cannot express that enough. And if I wasn't trying to clickbait with the Snapchat thumbnail, I would say reasons why Togetic is bad as the title. But I've already thought about this for a long time. I am definitely clickbaiting Snapchat with the thumbnail. But anyway, great game to Davion. He didn't in his defense. As far as this goes, his team was very, very weak to Comfy. Draining Kiss has priority over pretty much anything he wants to try and go for. And not many of his Pokemon can wall it out at... Sorry, I'm just waiting for that to go out. Yeah, not many of his Pokemon can wall it out after it gets its special defense up and its special attack up, because anything that can threaten it offensively is very easily taken out by Draining Kiss, especially after that Cobalion got worn down as much as it did. And anything that can outspeed or tank it especially has to try and get through the special defense boost. So really, really big game for Comfy. Really big win for us. This really helped my spirit a little bit. I'm really liking the team a lot more now. And again, great game to Davion. I'm really excited we get to play again for the IBA, another league in which I also have Comfy, which is really funny. I don't think I can sweep him with Comfy in that league though. He has a lot of answers, but still very excited to play him. Again, big shout out. You should definitely check out his channel. He has great commentaries, and I really, really like the offensive nature of the team that he has drafted. You should definitely go check out his channel, and I myself am very interested in seeing his side of the battle for this. So anyway, I really, really hope you guys enjoyed. Next week, we play Odds, coach of the Memphis Bewares, someone else who is a friend of mine from the IBA. We've done lives together, and I think we might have built together in the past. Maybe he's a fantastic GFX artist, but we'll see how we can take him out, if we can take him out. I have not played that game yet, so I genuinely don't know. I'm a little bit scared of his team, but we both have 8-mon teams, or I have 9-mon team, he has an 8-mon team, so anything can happen really. Again, shout out. I'm running in circles. I'm just gonna leave. So I will see you guys later. Peace. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all the bullshit, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.